Hello, in this video I'm going to discuss the Wisconsin Form 1. Your tax textbook only covers the federal tax law, so for this unit you should refer to the Form 1 instructions I sent to you via U.S. Postal Service. If you have misplaced your instructions, you can always go online to the Department of Revenue website and get at those instructions. And looking at the instructions book, let's turn to page 3. Page 3 deals with tips on paper filing your return. In preparing the tax returns for this class, please follow their tip of not using cents. Scroll down a little bit and show you where they have that tip. Never use commas or dollar signs, round off amounts to whole dollars, no cents. You have already been applying this on your federal tax returns that you've completed for this course to date. Let's take a look now at the Form 1. I'm going to pull it up, and at this form is actually 4 pages long, and you'll note that the Form 1 is a form that can accommodate all types of income and expenses. Wisconsin also has less comprehensive forms that are used by individuals. They are a Form WIZ, Wisconsin Z, Form 1A, and Form 1 NPR. Form WIZ is similar to the Form 1040EZ, while the Form 1A is similar to the federal Form 1040A. The Form 1 NPR is a form that non-residents or part-year residents must use. The top part of the Form 1 is where you would write your name, address, and your filing status. The filing status that a taxpayer would use is the same status they used for their federal tax return. Some additional items the Wisconsin tax return needs completed are the tax district and the school district that the taxpayer lives in. That is in the top right-hand section of your tax form. Now, let's take a look at line 1 of Form 1. For line 1 of Form 1, our starting point is a federal adjusted gross income. Therefore, before you can start any Wisconsin tax return, you will need to complete the federal tax return first. Because the Wisconsin tax law does not always allow some of the federal tax deductions, you may need to complete a Schedule I to get a valid number for line 1. Let's look at that Schedule I. Schedule I is adjustments to convert the year's federal adjusted gross income and itemized deductions to the amounts allowable for Wisconsin. Some examples of items that would have to be recorded on your Schedule I would be items such as bonus depreciation. Since Wisconsin doesn't allow that deduction, we would need to add back any bonus depreciation to adjust our starting point of our federal adjusted gross income. Another example of an item that we've worked with before on the federal tax law, which isn't allowed for Wisconsin taxes, is Section 179. For federal purposes, you're able to take a maximum of $500,000 for Section 179. Wisconsin allows Section 179, but they only allow $25,000 to be expensed under that code section. You can read the Schedule I instructions for further differences. Because this is an introductory course, we will not be doing any tax returns with any of these differences that would cause us to complete a Schedule I. Please be aware of these differences though, because if you do prepare taxes, you will need to know why a Schedule I is generated at times by the tax software. That concludes our introduction to the Form 1. In the next video, I will discuss more details on page 1 of Form 1.